edition of the Newsfeed, we will take a look at an exhibit open to students in the Squires Perspective Gallery.
Plus, reactions to local businesses closing around Blacksburg.
And former voice of the Hokies, Bill Roth, returns to campus as a professor. Those stories and more are just ahead. Hello, and thanks for joining us for this edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Maggie Goff.
And I'm Louis Colazzo. In just 6 short months, a student-led engineering team at Virginia Tech known as Hyperloop has created a high-speed transportation pod. The team, comprised of 33 undergraduates, have designed the Viper for a Hyperloop SpaceX pod competition. Newsfeed reporter Ariana Everett has more on this report.
On Monday, September 12th, the Virginia Tech Hyperloop team unveiled their high-speed transportation pod known as the Viper. The pod will compete in January 2017 on a 1-mile testing track at SpaceX in Hawthorne, California. The Viper's designs debuted in 2016 at Texas A&M, where they placed 4th out of 120 schools. For the upcoming competition, the team had 2 options. They could compete for comfortability or for speed. Project manager Cheyenne Malik was quick to share which the team chose.
We are going for speed, and so the way we've done that is we've developed a cold gas propulsion system, which is unique to Virginia Tech. And so that will allow us to reach speeds up to 400 miles per hour.
The 12-foot-long, 4-foot-wide aluminum frame vehicle will use magnetic levitation to brake and levitate off the rail. With over $70,000 in sponsorships, Hyperloop plans to spend their remaining time tweaking their invention to perfection. Lead mechanical engineer Amir Shimanovic is sure their team will stand out among the rest.
We think we have a great team, we have a great design. We gave ourselves a lot of time right now to test and to redesign things as needed. And I think that's what's going to set us apart between a lot of the other people.
The pod's success is based off a foundation of intricate research and a hardworking team of undergraduates. The January competition will surely be the true test. This has been Ariana Everett reporting.
The Squires Perspective Gallery is located on the 2nd floor of Squires. Their mission is to bring fine art to students. The pieces in the Perspective Gallery rotate, allowing students to be able to experience all types of artwork. The Perspective Gallery is viewable to students at all times, and there are many windows so that students can enjoy the artwork as they walk to their classes. If you have any questions on the gallery has certain hours when a gallery attendant will be present. Artists can submit their work, however, there is a 1 to 2 year wait list, with the gallery being booked with a full schedule of other artists. Art director Robin Busher finds the pieces that fill the art gallery.
How she does it is she kind of just travels through different areas in Virginia and even out of the state and just finds really awesome pieces, or a lot of times it's like through connections, friends, or acquaintances, because she's huge in the art scene herself. So she has a pretty wide network of people that she kind of gets art from.
There are classes that have students go to the gallery to encourage students to explore the pieces. The Squires Perspective Gallery is also using Facebook as well as cards to help keep people up to date on the happenings at the gallery.
Virginia Tech has been ranked for having some of the best campus food in the country. Recently, the university added 2 food trucks to its already diverse assortment of dining, the grill field and the periodic table. The 2 trucks rotate locations to focus on under-reserved areas of campus. Customers may be familiar with food on wheels, but it's a new perspective for the staff. There are unique challenges to the dining and serving customers in a smaller mobile space.
We go from a place where you can freely walk around to a spot where you're like sliding in between your coworkers and stuff. We're still working on like how to make sure some stuff doesn't spill during transportation, and we've gotten pretty good at it. Like now it's like once a week. It's kind of a fun challenge to try to figure out a new way to help serve the students at Virginia Tech.
For now, the food need to attract lines from Hahn to Oak Lane and Lytton Reeves. As they become more popular among the Virginia Tech community, the student workers serving their fellow Hokies build their experience, and the university's culinary portfolio.
Blacksburg is known for supporting its local businesses, has been undergoing many changes in the past year. The town has seen the development of new shopping centers and even changes on Virginia Tech's campus. One unexpected change is the increase of franchise businesses and the decrease of local businesses. Recently, Mike's Grill and Greeks have closed down, and the community has already noticed the difference. One unexpected change is the increase of franchise businesses and the decrease of local businesses. Recently, many restaurants have closed down, and the community has already noticed the difference. The town, known for supporting local family-owned businesses, is now replacing restaurants with franchises. Recently, Mike's Grill, as well as other restaurants such as Greeks, have closed down. After 40 years, the Varials family, who owns Mike's Grill, announced the end of their restaurant's chapter. They also posted a status on Facebook, and the closure and the community immediately responded through comments, saying the restaurant will be missed. With the development of franchises in the area, such as Panda Express, Zoe's Kitchen, Tropical Smoothie, and even a second Chipotle, Blacksburg residents and students will be interested in seeing how these changes will affect the overall feel of the small town.
With the birth of Tech Dreamers, a student organization that includes undocumented members, students have been working to create a more inclusive environment for undocumented individuals both on campus and on state, national level. The first event held by the organization was a film screening of The Dream Is Now, a film chronicling the journeys of 4 different undocumented youth, followed by a Q&A Skype session with one of the film's protagonists, Jose Patino. One of the organization's missions is to educate others about what it means to be undocumented. The organization's name originated from the DREAM Act, the legislative proposal that would grant temporary residency and, with certain qualifications, permanent residency in the United States to undocumented immigrants.
The area, so the New River Valley, and just like Virginia Tech and everyone, the faculty, staff, and students at Virginia Tech, the issue of like immigration is really so like foreign. Like it's not something that they deal with daily, and so there's just really a lack of knowledge. And so really I see the responsibility of Tech Dreamers is to educate the community first and foremost, so that we can create avenues that make it easier for undocumented students to come here and be successful at Virginia Tech.
This is where I've grown up in South Virginia, so like it was a lot harder to find other dreamers around. I didn't know anyone from Nova, from Mason, anything like that. So when I found out that we had a Dreamers Club at all here at Virginia Tech, I was like, instantly I wanted to help out no matter how I could.
It's been like a weird ride, and that has meant to me a lot.
The group has membership intake at any time of the year with about 30 members and counting. Tech Dreamers is an organization that continues to grow and bring attention to inclusively at Virginia Tech and immigration reform in Virginia and beyond.
Just ahead on the newsfeed, an update on the construction on University City Boulevard.
And a follow-up on Mountain Valley Pipeline meeting.
That story and more after this break.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to the newsfeed.
The Virginia Tech Department of Communication made a huge addition to their staff last month. And for more on that, we will have Bailey Engel in the newsroom.
Yeah, that's true, Maggie. After a year at UCLA, longtime voice of the Hokies Bill Roth has decided to make a career shift to work in the Virginia Tech Comm Department for courses in sports broadcasting. Bill Roth was on the call for Hokies football and basketball for nearly 3 decades. After a year at UCLA, he has returned to work here at Shanks Hall, setting up shop in an office that is yet to be painted or decorated. Roth discussed the proper mindset of prospective sports journalism students.
Like anything else, the more you put into it as a student, the more you get back out of it. And so we'll see who's really interested in doing this professionally, because as you know, it's a very competitive field. A lot of people want to do it. And so you can kind of get a sense for who really wants to get involved and who will be successful by their work ethic and their commitment and their passion as a student. See, what can I do?
Roth and the Comm Department are working to introduce a sports broadcasting concentration very soon. He also said he will continue to work with Virginia Tech IMG sports broadcasting interns, and he's also going to stop by our newsfeed set. So it's going to be good to have Bill Roth around. Maggie, back to you.
Thanks, Bailey. Every Thursday, this group gets together to spin, and they enjoy practicing an art that has become extinct in the 21st century. The Blacksburg Rec Center is home for the community group The Spinners. Today, the word spin or spinning is associated with a cardio class, but to our elders, it is a lost art that they value. Mary Banks gives us her perspective on the club.
Well, this is the Spunsters Guild, which is a group of spinners that live here in Blacksburg and in the surrounding area. And some people are spinning on traditional wheels or newer version of spinning wheels. One person is using a motorized spinning wheel. Another person is knitting a very fine lace, probably a shawl. And
every Thursday, this group gets together to spin. They enjoy practicing an art that has become extinct in the 21st century.
The 18th month construction project on University City Boulevard was finally completed this summer. Residents on Broach Drive, which was a popular cut-through during UCB's construction, are happy to find that the traffic has died down. Construction on University City Boulevard between Broach and Lynn Drives is over after a year and a half of construction. Motorists have been able to enjoy the new pavement connecting Tom's Creek to the other side of UCB, but the residents of Broach have been the most excited because of the new lack of traffic.
Traffic on Broach is usually pretty mild. When you get closer to the Tom's Creek intersection, it can be kind of hectic getting in and onto Tom's Creek. A lot of people, even though they didn't let you technically, they would definitely use Broach as like an intersection, even though it was technically closed off. But definitely since they opened it up, I've definitely seen like no cars basically on this road.
Roadwork signs have been tossed to the side of the road, but signs warning motorists not to use Broach as a cut-through are still posted all over Tom's Creek and UCB, even after the completion of the construction.
The fight continues on with community members over the Mountain Valley Pipeline. Last week, community members came together with various nonprofit organizations at the Christiansburg Public Library for an update meeting. Here's more on the story.
The Mountain Valley Pipeline project is a natural gas pipeline system that spans approximately 301 miles from northwestern West Virginia to southern Virginia. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is regulating this proposed project. The community check-in meeting in Christiansburg on September 13th brought many people together.
The takeaway message is going to be 2 or 3-fold. One is that we are being strongly organized in our resistance, and the resistance is having an impact. 2 is to mobilize citizens so they know the impact of the pipeline on Montgomery County and surrounding areas. 3 is to involve more citizens such that we can have a more effective resistance movement, particularly as we go through the legal resistance movements.
Many citizens want to know the insights of the legal procedures. The current plan of residents is to delay the process and any progress of implementation as long as possible until the pipeline is no longer a viable option.
So I'm just working with different groups to attend as many meetings wherever I have to go to encourage people to fight this pipeline. It's a bad deal.
This is Sarah Mezzi reporting for the Newsfeed.
That will wrap up this edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeed@gmail.com. And as always, you can connect with us with the newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching. I'm Luis Colazo.
And I'm Maggie Goff.